Hey guys, Biggie here, and I want to talk about why Ultima was banned and kind of what's going on going forward. So I've spoke with Ultima moderators and staff, and I've spoken with Wabajack staff and mod list authors about the situation. So I do have some information, some official information about what happened. So to bring you guys kind of up to speed, what Ultima is, for those who don't know what Ultima is, it was at least a auto-installing Wabajack list created by Nuct. Now, back in, I think, June or so of 2023, it was originally a Nolvis fork. The original Ultima videos were essentially Nolvis with a few paywalled reshades and hairstyles and stuff added on top. And then later it got rebranded to Ultima. Now, some people gave criticism of it when Asmongold reviewed Ultima, and there's several news articles mentioning Ultima and everything, that it was kind of taking away some credit from the Novus modlist author Vector, which you may or may not agree with. But the point of the matter is that after the criticism, and I even made a video about it in October, in November it was announced that Ultima would get rebuilt from the ground up as an auto-installing mod list. So that did happen in January. We had the trailer, and then April, we had Ultima released for version 1.0, and then after that, we didn't really hear from it again. So there was a bunch of things that went wrong, and a lot of it had to do with the Ultima Discord. Now, there's not a whole lot of ways you can really get banned from Wabajack. When a Wabajack mod list gets banned, essentially means that people can't download the list anymore, and a lot of times they ban the author from being able to create a new mod list. So apparently there was a bunch of toxicity and accusations and harassment of other mod list authors, and just kind of unhinged behavior going on within the Ultima Discord, which does break just kind of general terms of service of good practice, good behavior for Wabajack. There has to be some semblance, really, of moderation, you know. Then the other issue is apparently there might have been some mods that were getting distributed but shouldn't have been. Now, the big problem is Nuct was kind of nowhere to be found. People haven't really heard from him in quite some time, in about a month, even though he has been active on Nexus. So he's still somewhere, but apparently he's been ignoring his own staff. From what I've been told, you know, he's reading the messages that people have sent him, but just choosing not to respond. So as far as I'm aware, he just kind of went AWOL. So where does that leave Ultima? Well, there's not really any way you can obtain the mod list anymore. You know, for those that have played Ultima, you know what it's like. My personal opinion is you're not really... Listen, mod lists are hard to make. Or at least Wabajack mod lists tend to be hard to make, and the reason for that is because usually there's a lot of effort put into them, and they're well patched, well made. The authors kind of know what they're doing. The issue is, when it came to Ultima, I didn't really see any custom patching at all. It just seemed to kind of be thrown together. Some people might have liked the gameplay of it, but I don't think it's really representative of the quality of lists you end up seeing in Wabajack in general. And, you know, for those who are upset about it, I don't think you're really missing out on too much. There's a lot of lists out there that have, you know, if you're looking for MCO, Power Fantasy, whatnot, there's other lists out there that, you know, are following good practice and everything like that. And Yeah, I mean, it's just a crazy situation. That Ultima video, one of them I think got like 2 million views or so. So at the end of the day, it's kind of a lot of unfortunately wasted potential. Um, but yeah, I mean, I really want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Who was kind of waiting for Ultima for a while? Who else has tried it? I mean, I know when I played Ultima, I was getting like 20 FPS in some areas. Now, granted, I do play in 4K, but you know, 20 FPS is very, very, very rough. Just take out this bear. Here we go. I also saw some things coming. I kind of expected some of the things that happened to happen, and I'm just kind of disappointed that I got so much hate and criticism for it because I'm just really here to inform people. I don't care who makes a list. It's honestly, like I was saying, it was in my best interest for Ultima to have worked out, because if it was, you know, if it was a really, really good mod list, I could have made a ton of content about it. But you start to kind of see some cracks in the walls when you notice you can go back now and look at the original trailers, and you might notice that a lot of things, even back then, were still vanilla assets, which look kind of odd when compared to you know, modded stuff. You know, vanilla moss, vanilla textures for dungeons, vanilla, a lot of things. And I think it kind of just lacked direction and stuff like that. Now, to be fair to Nuct, you know, maybe it was, you can only, I don't know how many other people would have even handled it differently, because it might have been a like suffering from a success situation, because I don't think he really anticipated Ultima's popularity per se. So the way it exploded, the way it did, I think there was a lot of expectation for the mod list to be something that it might never have been able to achieve. Now, the flip side to that is a lot of the hype for Ultima was kind of self-inflicted hype, you know, with the trailers and carefully edited videos and things like that. Um, so, I mean, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword, really. What I will say is, you know, just be, as a mod list author myself, I can promise you guys that I'm not out here trying to withhold really cool mods from being included in a list. Other Wabjack list authors aren't in that boat either. Like, if there is some really next level thing that could be included in a public mod list, it would be. So, you know, that's not to say that, you know, I mean, the best ever mod list still hasn't been created, but uh, the thing is that, you know, we know what mods are coming out, we know what's available, and so no matter what ends up coming out in the future, it's not going to be some earth-shattering mod list. You know, we include what we can, and we try to make the best experience for you guys. So, that being said, my conclusion to this whole matter is that while Ultima ended up being kind of a mess, and I think there is some, as a mod list author, you do have a responsibility to your community, to be transparent to them, open to them, let them know what's going on. It is kind of messed up to kind of ghost your entire community, regardless of the reason. You know, after a month, you should kind of let people know sort of what's going on. Even if if it's like an emergency or something, obviously real life stuff takes priority, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So The flip side to that is, I don't know, it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure for Nuct. And, you know, I wish him well. And, you know, we'll kind of see. I'll see if anything changes and try to keep you guys informed. But until then, I will catch you guys next time.